This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, hello there. It's Jeff Cutter. Welcome you to another sports catastrophe birthday boy. And this birthday boy is one of the greatest swimmers of all time. And no, it's not that Bigfoot uh, Phelps or whatever his name is. It's this guy, Mark Spitz. It's weird how he would have a last name that's kind of insulting in a sense. Mark Spitz is 71 years old today. He's a former swimmer and 9-time Olympic champion. He was the most successful athlete of the 72 Summer Games, winning 7 gold medals, all by world records. Michael Phelps broke that record in 2008 with 8 golds. So Spitz won 7 golds. In addition, in 1968, the Games in Mexico, he got 2 golds, a silver, and a bronze. In addition to 5 Pan American golds, 31 amateur athletic unit titles, and 8 NCAA titles. He's had 35 world records. He was the 3rd athlete to win 9 Olympic gold medals. Spitz was born in Modesto, California, the first of 3 kids. His family is Jewish. His father's family was from Hungary, and his mother's was from Russia, which is weird. He was a good swimmer and all that. Spitz would be a star athlete at the Maccabiah Games, Maccabiah. Basically, those are the major Olympics for Jewish athletes. He won 4 gold medals at age 15 in Tel Aviv, and then he went back 69 to compete and won 6 gold medals. In 1985, he even lit the torch to open those games. At the Pan Am Games in 1967, I believe that's Winnipeg, isn't it? Yep, the 67 Pan Am Games in Winnipeg. He won 5 gold medals, which actually set a record in Pan Am swimming, until Brazilian swimmer Tiago Pereira got 6 at the Pan American Games in Rio de Janeiro in 2007. Wow. In 1968, Spitz actually held 10 world records. And he actually said he would win 6 gold medals at the 68 Olympics. Sadly, though, only 2 team golds, the 4x100 meter freestyle and the 4x200 meter freestyle relay. He ended up losing by half a second to fellow American Doug Russell in the 100 meter butterfly. So, yeah, it's bad. Spitz actually didn't get to swim in the 4x100 meter relay because they wanted their best swimmers. And the Americans won the gold medal, so Spitz would have had 6 gold medals. He was basically a college trainer. He was disappointed in the 68 Olympic performance, despite the fact he won 2 gold medals. So he decided to go to Indiana in 1969 and be under the legendary swimming coach Doug Councilman. It was one of his best times. Basically, he was the best amateur athlete in the U.S. in 1971 and won 8 NCAA titles. He was nicknamed Mark the Shark. What was funny about Mark Spitz at the 72 Olympics is that he found out that Russian swimmers were good with a mustache, and it deflected water away from their upper lips. So basically, Spitz decided to grow a mustache too, and it worked. At the 72 Summer Games, Spitz was back to repeat his quest for the 6 gold medals. But he did one better. He got 7 and set the world record in each of them. 100 meter freestyle, 200 meter freestyle, 100 meter butterfly, 200 meter butterfly, 4x100 meter freestyle, 4x200 meter freestyle, and 4x100 meter medley. He was reluctant to swim the 100 meter freestyle because that was not really his best event. He confessed on the pool deck to the ABC reporter, "I know I say I don't want to swim before every event, but this time I'm serious. If I swam 6 and win 6, I'm a hero. If I swim 7 and win 6, I'll be a failure." Fortunately, Spitz did win the gold medal. So Spitz is one of 5 Olympians to win 9 plus gold medals. Larisa Latorina, the Russian gymnast, Pavel Nurmi, the great Finnish middle distance runner, Carl Lewis, the great sprinter slash long jump guy of the U.S., and Michael Phelps, of course. Spitz actually left Munich after he completed his events because of the Munich massacre, because of the Israeli athletes and all that. Yeah, Spitz kind of had a funny feeling if he stayed in Munich, he could have been targeted and all that. He was asked to leave Munich for his own safety. Yeah, so he swam before the Munich massacre happened. He decided to retire at age 22. It was actually part of the ESPN Sports Century's 50 greatest athletes in 1999, making it 33rd. Not that bad. At age 41, he wanted to come back for the 92 Summer Games. After Bud Greenspan offered him $1 million if he succeeded in qualifying. Unfortunately, though, he failed, missing out by a couple seconds. It's kind of weird. He didn't want to come back for 86. He decided to have a film and TV career after his competitive spinning things. And the picture you see of Spitz wearing the swimsuit and 7 gold medals is the hottest pinup since Betty Grable. So yeah, that's weird and all that. In Spitz's TV debut, he was on a Bob Hope special and all that. He basically was on a few other shows, but he was part of the Dean Martin celebrity roast of Ronald Reagan, who was governor of California at that time in 73. Spitz decided to work for ABC Sports in the Olympics and all of that. So basically, Spitz focused more on his real estate in Beverly Hills and hobbies such as sailing and all that. He appeared on a few show things. His family life. He was back from the Olympics and he dated Susie Weiner. I kid you not, that's her name. So he's a UCLA transfer student and model. They were married May 1973 at a traditional Jewish service at a hotel. They have 2 sons, Matthew and Justin. Justin was part of the Stanford swim team. At Indiana University, he was a pre-dental student. He almost was a dentist after the Olympics of 72. Anyway, yeah. He had a lot of endorsement deals. Yeah. It was weird with the Russians and all that. Unfortunately, Spitz was diagnosed with acid reflux disease, a condition in which his physician thinks he suffered throughout his career. The acid reflux to overexposure to chlorine eating too soon before and after swimming. He had some health issues, but he was okay with all that. He actually had a few Olympic controversies. In 72, he was accused of product placement during the medal ceremony. Following his 200-meter freestyle win, Spitz carried his shoes and rode barefoot to obtain his gold medal, and he put them down as the American anthem was played. After the anthem, he picked up his shoes and waved to the crowd. The soldiers said that was product placement. But the IOC said that he did nothing wrong and nothing was bad with it. Of course, Spitz was not too pleased with how Michael Phelps was performing in the pool and being kind of a jerk. So, yeah, I don't blame him. But yeah, Mark Spitz was an icon of the 1970s. And, I'm just glad that as a Jewish athlete that his events were before the Munich massacre because, it would have been what might have been if he hadn't died in Munich. So anyway, yeah, that does look like a good pinup. All that if you were into those type of things. But unfortunately, not to me. Because, I look at the pinup and I'm like, nah, it doesn't really look that interesting. Even if I were a woman. But anyway, that's for another story. So anyway, I'm Chuck Diamond. I do.